breaking news. Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute potpourri of brand news, branding focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix encompassing thorough and in-depth or aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Ogali Abikele Mafru.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
You're welcome back. First on Marketing Edge on TV is Brand News, where we bring you the latest occurrences around brands and in the field of marketing, advertising, and communication in Nigeria and around the globe. Now on Brand News. As part of efforts to round a paradigm shift in the advertising and marketing communications industry, the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ALCON, has concluded its National Advertising Conference with a call for increased synergy among stakeholders and public sector partnership. Speaking at the conference, which has the theme The Marketing Communications Industry, Trends, Challenges and Prospects, held at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja, the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lawal Mohammed, stated that a series of industry reforms are strategically introduced to reposition the industry for growth. The event, which gathered an array of highly cerebral professionals who gave critical review of issues besetting the industry, featured panel sessions and town hall meeting between the Director General of ALCON, Dr. Olalekan Fadolapo, and participants of the conference. Highlight of the National Advertising Conference was the Compliance Award ceremony, where organizations that complied with the stipulated guidelines of the Advertising Standards Panel ASP were recognized and celebrated.
We practitioners know that our industry is threatened within and outside forces, by within and outside forces. So we need to sit down as practitioners, ask ourselves some questions. So how do we come out of this situation we have found ourselves? How do we grow our industry?
As part of efforts to mark the Yuletide season, Airtel Nigeria, a leading telecommunications service provider, has commenced this year's annual Christmas feeding program dubbed Airtel 5 Days of Love in Lagos as part of initiatives to give back to the communities where it operates. Speaking during the flag-off of the program in Lagos, Airtel Chief Executive Officer C. Surendra, represented by the Acting Chief Commercial Officer Mr. Femi Oshelaja, stated that the initiative is in line with the vision of the company, which is to contribute to the well-being of the people in the communities where it operates. On its part, Chairman of Ujudu Local Council Development Area LCDA, David Oluwaku, while commending the telecom company, noted that the vision of Airtel aligns with the vision of the Lagos State government under the leadership of Babajide Sanwo-Olu. According to Airtel, the 2022 feeding program, which will hold across 5 major states in the country, namely Lagos, Ogun, Enugu, Rivers, and Kaduna, targets 1,000 beneficiaries in each of the 5 locations.
For over the years, we've been consistent in showing love and in giving back to our society. What we're doing today in Lagos, we're also doing in 5 other cities across Nigeria. And this we do annually. Beyond our core business of providing data, voice, and other value-added service as a leading telecoms operator in Nigeria.
I've heard so many laudable programs that go around with Airtel. I'll use this medium to ask that we engage in more mutual beneficial partnership moving forward. And I'll use this medium also to appeal to other corporate organizations within our community to please emulate this good work being done by Airtel.
Fast-moving consumer goods FMCG company Coca-Cola has promoted former senior marketing manager Yusuf Motala to the position of a marketing director at Coca-Cola Nigeria. Yusuf, who brings with him 12 years of experience in a vast range of sectors with specialty in marketing and commercial operations, had served the Coca-Cola Company as its creative and content marketing manager, West Africa Business Unit, and the senior brand manager as well. He is an expert in brand development, integrated marketing, consumer insights, and many more. In his previous role, his result-oriented track record was evident when he designed, led, and co-led local adaptations of clutter-breaking marketing campaigns that have delivered incremental shares, grew revenue, and profitability.
Well, that was brand news. Next is Branding Focus after this break.
Esther, you're late again. Esther?
She's a wandering light in the darkness. She's beautiful. Oh, she's a superstar.
Morning, Esther.
She never let her mama down. She's beautiful. She know the fear. She know they ever got it hard for them.
No phones at the table, please. Esther? I love you too.
Got everything? Don't forget I'll pick you at 4.
Airtel, the smartphone network. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Now on Brand in Focus.
It's another election cycle. It's a new season for political advertising. No doubt, this is a season for massive electioneering campaign when we know players from jesters. In this season, politicians and indeed contestants for political offices across the land are busy shopping for top-of-the-market ideas that can best sell their candidacy to the electorate who have the power to guarantee the realization of their political ambitions through voting. It is at this time that politicians embark on a well-organized initiative aimed at influencing decision-making in the polity. It is a time when political gladiators are confronted with identifying and choosing the right campaign themes that will resonate with the electorate. In truth, getting it right in choosing the right theme is sine qua non to winning the election itself. Why? This is because the right campaign themes offer the electorate the context to better understand the public figure's priorities, concerns, and reasons for seeking public office. It is perhaps against this backdrop that the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and his deputy, Dr. Bafemi Hamzat, last week unveiled a very massive brand campaign for their re-election in the governorship election contest slated for next year. One astounding thing about this campaign unveiled was the fact that the governor and his media team did a painstakingly great job in selecting a campaign theme that would no doubt resonate with the majority of Lagosians and citizens of the state. The campaign with the theme A Greater Lagos Rising is indeed an innovative concept in political advertising. Unveiling the campaign on behalf of the governor, Lagos State Honorable Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Mr. Benga Motosho, disclosed that Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu has assured citizens of the state that his re-election in 2023 will increase the greatness of the state.
When Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu was starting off in 2019, he promised Lagosians a greater Lagos. He said he was going to take them on a journey to a greater Lagos. Lagos is great. It's going to make Lagos greater. And now that we have seen signs of greatness of journey of Lagos all around us, he is saying that we are not at the peak. We are not yet there where we would like to be. But that all around us, we can see that greater Lagos that we promised is rising.
The governor further stated that our contextual usage of the word is an adjective that suggests an upward swing, an increase, and an upward movement. These are the signs Lagosians can see all around the state. All our campaign assets captured the place of audacity of the spirit of Lagos in the rising of the city. The campaign assets are not some forms of self-adulation, but fitting credit to the contributions of Lagosians, especially the youth, to the height Lagos has attained today. Indeed, the newly unveiled campaign theme by the Lagos State Governor is a reaffirmation of brand promise. In marketing, a brand promise is a value or experience a company's customers can expect to receive every single time they interact with the company. The more a company can deliver on that promise, the stronger the brand value in the mind of customers and employees.
When I was branding focus, next is industry conversation, where we have interactions with men and women who have made great impact in the business of brand management. But this week, we will be continuing on the conversation we started last week with Mr. OYEYEMI after this break.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
So what would be your assessment of the client and agency relationship?
Well, I've been out of that zone for a while, but I can tell you that one of the biggest issues has to do with respect. Mm-hmm. Okay? And respect is a function of what value I'm bringing to the table. Okay? Value in terms of my intellectual depth in engagement. Okay? If all the time I talk at you, or I talk you down because of the shallowness of your engagement with me, I'm never going to respect you. Okay? If all the time you bring me what I call supposed solutions, and they are not real solutions, I'm not going to be so excited at you, and it may affect how I relate with you, the level of respect. I'm not saying I do that. I mean, I've been in the industry, and those who have worked with me can say that I'm not someone to disrespect you. I can fight you, okay, because I'm looking for value, okay, and I'll fight you decently and honorably, okay, and the fight is for you to get the best out of yourself, because I used to say in those days that when it comes out and it's excellent, it's your name that will be on it, not my name. So you're the one that will take the glory, the one that will take the awards and smile and say, yeah, cheese. Okay, not me. My job is to push you to that point where you become excellent at what you do. So as far as I am concerned, the issue of relationship between client and agency still borders on one, respect. Okay, and respect is a function of what value you're bringing to the table, and value is a function of what depth intellectually, is playing at the background, and how much investment you're willing to, to put in to get that level of depth. That's one side. The second side is that because there are a whole lot of, and it's been there before now, a lot of people who are portfolio agencies, or people who, use relationships is everything anyway, but who unduly demarket the industry with various clients, okay? It takes away the respect again, because you're not able to charge for the value you're bringing to the table, because the guy says somebody's going to give me the same thing for a lesser cost and all that stuff. So that also affects the kind of relationship that you have between agency and the client, okay? I think the third level is I don't know whether it still holds, like I said, I've been out of the industry for a while right now, is this sense of awe that, okay, the account is worth X billion of naira, okay? And so that's a client you must not offend kind of thing, okay? So treat them with, I think is also an error. For me, it's a game of value. If I'm bringing value to the table, I deserve some respect from that. So my position would be, let agencies come to the table with value, okay? I mean, I look at it like, if you were in the manufacturing sector, you will invest money in your machines, okay? But you say, because I've invested money in machines, I'm not going to invest in raw materials, okay? So you have your capex and you have your opex, all right? Now, what I see with a lot of us within the agency institutes or organizations is that, yes, we've invested money in some tools, maybe buildings, computers and all that stuff, but the raw materials, okay, which is the talent, the people, the question for me is, how much investment are we putting into them? So that when I send you to go meet a client and you engage that client must come and say, man, that your lady is a fantastic lady. She was able to engage me and I'm really impressed. If we don't invest in the software, we just do hardware. After a while, it will show that there's a disparity between that. The third area that I think is a problem in the relationship is, how do you take a leap from strategy to creativity? Quite a number of agencies are strategic in their thinking, okay? But the problem is, you've done an excellent strategy, but to take a leap from strategy to creativity, there's a huge gap that sometimes you look at both and you can't make a reconciliation of, are you saying to me that this creativity is informed by this strategy? Because there's no match, okay? That also creates a problem. So from the issue of value, The issue of respect, the issue of, depth, and then, of course, the issue of the quality of the output. I think those are areas, but there's still some client-agency relations where it's mutual respect that is there, okay? And that's my view, but like I said, I've been out for a while outside of that scope, so I don't know whether it's still exactly the same way it is. But I saw quite a lot of that in my days.
We do not know if you can speak to this issue where we have people, practitioners, as advertising agencies that have been for decades, the solutions that they bring on board in terms of helping brands to grow. Can you say that the new generation of advertising agencies are not producing as well as the previous generations?
It would be unfair to compare generations to generations because the dynamics are different. The demands are different. The clientele they had then were different, okay? Once upon a time in that industry, or this industry we're talking about, agencies were more like extensions of the clients, okay? When there's a strategy session, the agency personnel is there, okay? I remember when I was on the agency side and I was working for P&G, okay? If we went for strategy meetings in those days, the structure of our sitting arrangement was interesting. My CEO then of blessed memory would sit on the side of the client. And the brand manager and all of us agency executives would sit on the other side. Okay? And so it defined the relationship. It was him and the country manager of the company on one side, and then us on the other side. So it was a case of when the man would speak, we say agency and brand manager. We were one together. Okay. So we floated together or
go down together.
We went down together. And so it changed. So data was available to you. Okay. They brought you into confidence. You had strategy session and you sit together. So you know exactly what is happening to the brand. And what that did for you was that you don't see every problem as a communication problem. Because you've been taken through the rigors of what is happening to the product, what is happening to the pricing, what's happening to the distribution. You know everything. And so at the end of the day, you might say, you know what, this thing is not a comms issue. Okay? What we need to go fix is the retail end. What we need to go fix is the distribution. What we need to go fix is the pricing. Okay? So your orientation is totally different from everything comms, because a lot of times comms is not a problem. Okay? The other fundamentals of the marketing mix, if they are not in sync, if they are not laid out structurally well in a very strategic manner, your comms can be a failure. Okay, and so for me, they had such relationships and such respect. You had then where the CEO of a company and the CEO of an agency are almost at first name terms, go to the same clubs, attend the same events. They were respectable people. I mean, they had a mutually respectable relationship. They were peers, as it were. But those days, I'm not sure whether they are still there or they're gone in terms of agency-client relationship today. Okay, so comparing them might be a bit of a difficulty, okay? But these days, what I see is I see a lot of young people with bright ideas who want to do stuff, okay? And they're heavily leaning on technology and, and they're driving this social media marketing issue, okay, which is more like social media comms from my own perspective, okay? And how well they're able to manage relationships are a different ballgame because there's a lot of touch and go kind of mindset. Okay, I touch you, touchy-feely, and then it's almost like a butterfly. You just dance around, pick nectars, and then you move on. The depth that is required, I'm not sure whether it is there. And so you need to take each generation based on its own realities, okay, on the dynamics of the environment for you to be able to really provide to say whether they're doing a great job or they're not doing a great job. But comparing them, I'm not sure it would be exactly the same. I mean, that's my view. But each generation will do things that are relevant to its own generation and ensure that the brands survive. Okay, but in those days, there were more trainings, more respect, okay? And it was almost like a peer level engagement or relationships, okay? That's the way I look at it. And that's why they were able to build such great brands there.
So, sir, we see that the inflation rate in Nigeria is rising and it will have a great impact on the realization of marketing objectives. As one who has been in industry for years, how do you think this will impact on the entire ecosystem?
To be hard hit. Okay. First is brands are going to rationalize. Like it or don't like it. If my cost of production, okay, or cost of delivery is rising, okay, I'm going to rationalize. I'm going to ask myself the tough questions to say, what are those things that are my must-dos, okay, that under income shine I must deliver on, okay? And then number two is I'm going to ask myself, what are the other things that are necessary, okay, but not really so critical, okay? And then I'm going to ask myself, what are those things that I can do without, okay? Unfortunately, a lot of times, if you get a product right, if you get the distribution right, if you get the pricing right, okay, what suffers most of the time is comms, okay? Erroneously too, but it does suffer, okay? And I'm not sure that a lot of brands have changed that mindset. So what you're going to find is a lot of rationalization of budgets, okay? And when budgets are rationalized, the impact will be directly on the agencies. That's number one. Number two is after rationalizing budget, then the remaining budget that is left, they're going to be making more demand to say, sweat the money, okay? So what you did for them before they will say, okay, fine. No, this time around, they're going to come back and say, no, we want more, okay? So the era we're entering is the era of more for less. Less for more.
In the month of December, on the 1st, it is World AIDS Day. December 2nd, it is time to celebrate.
Lord God grant you wisdom to accomplish all the tasks ahead. This is the beginning of a greater future. Father, we thank you today and we give you all the honor. In the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit, we declare this meeting open.
Your Excellency, Axiom is the 1WK, CON, GSSRS, Life Venture Governor of Rivers State. Our special guest, Chief Dan Obi, Distinguished Service Star of Rivers State, Zonal Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, South-South. Your Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Ipalivo Hari Banigo, DSSRS, Deputy Governor of Rivers State. The Right Honorable Prince Chibudom Wuche, OFR, former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives. Distinguished Senator Hennekin Lokobiri, DSSRS, former Minister of State for Agriculture and Rural Development. Professor Mrs. Ngozi Odu, DSSRS, running mate to the PDP Standard Bearer in Rivers State. Ambassador Desmond Akawa, DSSRS, Chairman, People's Democratic Party, Rivers State. Professor Julius Ihombere, OON. Distinguished senators, members of the National and State Assembly here present, members of the State Executive Council, Your Majesty, King Dr. Dandasin Douglas Jaja, CFR, DSSRS, JP, JK V, Treaty King, and Amanabo Opobo, Chairman, River State Council of Traditional Rulers, and other Royal Majesties and Royal Highnesses here present, elder statesmen, special advisors, chairmen of local government councils here present, permanent secretaries, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the flag-off of construction of Elekahia internal roads to be constructed by the administration of His Excellency Axiom Ezenwa-Wike, CON, GSSRS, Life Venture, Governor of Rivers State. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point, may I invite to present the Colonel, His Royal Majesty, Eze Barrister Uche Azaya Eliku JP, Eze Pararibisi the 12th, accompanied by His Royal Highness Eze Anthony Walu Akarolo, Amangada the 11th of Ribisi Kingdom, Paramount Ruler of Elekahia.
Rivers Bakalama make out, and make out, River State make out, Nigeria make out. His Excellency, sir, may I please seek your leave to discharge the duties using my native dialect for Kola don't understand English, sir. Ejibelam, Denda Kadega Reziga Rabodu, Chineke dị n'eluigwe biko gọzina anyị jụwa. Atala okwu anyị mmiri n'ehi. Atala ejika ataghị abụdo ogologo. Atala ejika ataghị ihe osiri ike. Atala ataghị ekwu n'ọba. N'ihe omenala ka emekata asụ nda ya bịa ọbụna nyerisi ngada. Ha na ọbụla ihe gị ọdachi ndabi okpagwemi na ya. Bụrụ ha mepata anyị agba were were. Mgbe ha mekwele m ndị bịakwuru anyị our distinguished guest Chineke iyodoa ndị ya na-eso la ha na n'ọrọba n'otu n'otu. Egwu mgbọkpọba n'ọchị rụhọba ataba ishibakwa. Excellency anyị na ala ndị nwe ọrụ mgbe ha mekwele m iodurukwa anyị n'otu n'otu du ha n'ọrụ anyị. Egwu mgbọkpọ anyị n'ọchị ishibakwa anyị rụhọba ata anyị. Bụrụ ha mepata anyị agba na were were. Ebisi nkalama mmekọ Excellency ejibiala m. Mmanya gị anya na-eso mmanya ji ọkwụkwọ ọnụ ma atakwela eji. Excellency sir, on behalf of Nderebisi ka matụrụ jụọ mma maka gịda n'ụkpụrụ mmadụ achọghị eli obomotu. Keka nke ka ajụ abịarụta bụ ọ chọbala mma na elikahịa in particular Nderebisi dị ike. Akwarịwa ekperi mata ekpere ọgwụ iji na adị ize koroko iji esi our distinguished guest minibiri BYG midụlụ ọrụ aka jụ amị mma mmeka budo ogologo ya ezi n'ọrụ buru aka arụga rehwa ndake dị n'eluigwe rehwa nwa na rehwa rewo nsọ nkalama mmekọ ele nwere mma.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I invite to give the welcome remarks the Chairman, Port Harcourt City Local Government Area, Honorable Alwell Ihunda, JP.
Your Excellency, Yesum Ezonwike, CON GSSROS, Life Venture, the Governor of Rivers State. Our special guest of honor, Chief Dan Obi, DSSROS, the Zonal Chairman, PDP South-South. Your Excellency, may I adopt the already established protocol. Your Excellency, on behalf of His Royal Majesty, Eze Uche Isaiah Eliku, who is the paramount ruler of Port Harcourt City Local Government, the Port Harcourt Council of Chiefs, the entire Rebisi Kingdom, and the good people of Port Harcourt City Local Government, we welcome you, our special guest, and your entourage to this special occasion of the flag-off ceremony of the internal roads in Elikaha community. Your Excellency, on behalf of the entire people of Port Harcourt, we want to thank you for all your projects, the projects that you have executed in Port Harcourt City Local Government. We thank you for your developmental projects. We thank you for your urban renewal project and transformation agenda. Indeed, everybody can see, even the blind can hear that Port Harcourt has been transformed under your administration. Your Excellency, what you are about to do in Port Harcourt today, in Likaya today, honestly is unimaginable. We know that by the time you finish, Likaya community will look like Ororuko community, Obunabale community, D-Line, Egumabale, OGRA, and the new GRA. The entire place has been transformed, and this is what we expect in Elikaha. By the grace of God, we know it is going to be like that. Your Excellency, we say thank you. I also want to thank you on behalf of our people whom we have appointed into various positions in your government, and even the elected ones. Just recently, you empowered about 13,500 of our people, both men, women, and youths. And Your Excellency, I want to confirm to you that they have received their salary for the month of November. Your Excellency, thank you. Another 13,500. We know that another 13,500 will be confirmed soon, which will bring the number to 27,000 persons. It is only someone like you that has passion for the empowerment of our people, that has passion for the welfare of our people, that can do what you're doing. Your Excellency, we thank you. The people of Port Harcourt say we should thank you, we should thank you, we should thank you. Your Excellency, we are waiting. We are ready for the 961 units and the 20 wards of Port Harcourt City Local Government to deliver PDP for the governorship election, the senatorial election, the House of Reps, and the State Assembly election. While we wait for further directive from Your Excellency on the way forward concerning the presidential election, Your Excellency, Belawe